Hey there, Russ here. Welcome back to the shop. On my last video, I showed you my overhead TV where it hung on this trolley that I have right overhead. Well, I'm standing right here. It's right behind me. You see the tool wall on the other side. That's where the TV is. But I can turn this all the way around in any direction. I got a 360-degree capability of turning it so I can see it from anywhere in the shop. And it just rolls from the front of the shop to the back of the shop right down the middle here. So that way I can get close to wherever I want to have it. Most of the time it sits in one spot only, but I do move my shop around. I've had this, this year alone, I've probably moved my workbench 3 times. So that's just the way I am. I like to move things around, I guess, and I keep moving things around. So having the TV on wheels is kind of nice and not take up any floor space. But this actually, for a while, I did not have my TV on there for a while, for about 3 years. And I actually used this for my rolling tool wall. I had both sides of it so that I could sit here if I was doing something in particular where I knew everything I needed was pretty much on this side. I would have this wherever I'm working, close to me, easy. If the other side was what I needed, I could turn it. Also, if I need to get to both sides, I just turn it this way so I could just reach on either side easily and grab what I want. But having a rolling tool wall, it's not a bad thing in a shop, quite honestly. But I gave up that real estate of the tool wall on this side to get my TV back up there. So the overhead trolley, you'll find lots of uses for it. You just have to figure out where in your shop you kind of want to put it and then what you're going to use it for. And like I said, it really does make a good tool wall too. Anyway, the reason I brought you in today and let you take a look at this is my last complaint in my last video about the TV was the electric cord always hanging down, the excess. It was always in the way because it plugged here kind of halfway between front and back. And so it always had this loop in it that was just kind of overhead. And you could always have it right there. It's annoying. So I wanted to put some kind of system to hold the cord up and be able to have it go back and forth. And a guy named Frank left me a comment that got me on the right track about that. And I want to show you what I figured out. But Frank was talking about putting a tie, like a clothesline, tying it off at both ends, having it stand out away from the track, and then you could put rings on there to hold the electric cord. Then it would slide along them back and forth right along those, so you get just these little mini loops. And that got me to thinking about, after I thought about that, and I liked the idea, just seemed like a lot of work. And I found an easier solution, quite honestly, based on what Frank was saying, though, about retracting. I just bought one of those retractable electric cords, extension cords, and it retracts into a little round drum. Now, when I bought this, they can be pretty pricey. What I found, I bought this one on Amazon, and I actually didn't pay hardly. I only got $4 wrapped up in that thing, which is a story in itself. What happened is that who had done a survey, and they gave her a $20 Amazon coupon for payment. So she gave it to me. So it didn't cost me anything other than the tax. Like I say, less than $4 on this thing, because it turned out to be the same price as what I paid for it, $25 on Amazon. It's the cheapest one they get out there. You can find it if you go looking for it. I would not buy this thing if I wasn't using it for what I'm using it for, because pulling that in and out constantly all the time, all day long, that thing isn't going to last a super long time. But for what I'm doing here, minimum of moving, it'll be okay for this. I almost returned it anyway, but so yes, I'm going to use it. No, I wouldn't recommend this is what you use. And I had to be a little creative how to anchor that thing in place, that electric reel. See, I have it sitting up right here at the end of where my TV is, and you can see the cord right here. This is the cord between the reel down there, and it's anchored right on the top of the trolley right there. So that wire is always taut. So when I move this, that pulls out with it. And then it stays wherever I put it. If there's no spring load on it, I can actually take and just pull it down and get it spring loaded, and it still seems to stay right where I have it. I am going to put a brake on it, but right now it's nice because it stays nice and taut whenever I move it back and forth. And it makes it easy to have it always up out of the way now, because that's all. There's no real sagging there because there's a very slight amount of tension on that wire at all times. So I was quite impressed. It seems to work out real well. So my rolling tool wall, or my TV stand, is working out real well, and now I finally figured out what to do about this electrical cord so it never gets in the way anymore. As far as on the top, when you turn it, excuse me, you can turn it 360 degrees, but that's all you can turn it. One turn. So if you start one way and you want to turn it back, you may have to go back the other way to get it to point to the direction you want to. But you do have a one turn 360 degree. There's enough cord up there for that. And it's not going to tangle or anything. So I have to manage the cords now, tie them up now that I got this figured out, which I'll do right away. And then when I get the brake on it, I'll show it to you with the brake and show you how that works. So that if you ever want to do an overhead project like this, for whatever reason, I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll put your refrigerator on it. Who knows? So, OTB thinking, that's what it's about. So anyway, I liked my solution, just using one of those recoiling reels for the electric cord. Make sure you get the one that has the female plug-in on the part you pull out, because you can buy those either way, where you have to plug your stuff into the corded part. Then I would have to have mounted that on the trolley and anchor the other here, but then I still would have had the plug-in problem from the cord. So this is why you want this type. You want it with the female plug-in that pulls out and gets retracted back in. So, but I like it. It works real well. So anyway, if you have any questions about this or any comments, just leave them below. If you have any suggestions or ideas, even about the brake, because I haven't done it yet, I know what I'm going to do. But maybe someone will come up with a better idea before I do it. You never know. So, but stay tuned. There's always something going on around here. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this is helpful. Anyway, if nothing else, please come back, because I'm nowhere near done. Thanks.